Hey everybody, it's Catherine. I am coming to you from the Bitcoin.com bus. This is my house. And I wanted to do an update about how things have gone since I got back from Peru with the whole reacclimation process. I wanted to do a live video, but I don't seem to get very good reception for whatever reason when I'm on the Wi-Fi with the live videos. And I really enjoy interacting with everybody, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to do like a clear video. So when I first got back, things were really hard from Peru. I had a Washuma journey and 2 ayahuasca ceremonies that I talked about in previous live videos on my Facebook page, and they were wonderful. And when I got home, I came from vibing up here to just like crashing down to this really low place, and I was having a really hard time. It took about a week for me to feel like I could even start working again. And I had heard about this being an issue when I was reading about ayahuasca and coming home and what to expect, but I didn't realize how real that would be. It was hard. So I did a lot of talking with friends, and especially friends who've done ayahuasca before and had feedback and advice for me. And I realized that I needed to continuously be tapping into that higher vibration and that higher frequency. So I just wanted to tell you a couple of things that I've been doing to try and maintain that high vibe and not come back to this low place that I was in before I went to Peru. First and foremost, listening to music has been one of the biggest blessings of the past week for me. Every time I turn on a song that moves my soul, I can feel my vibration rising. And I've always loved music, but I have not ever spent hours just listening to music. And along with listening to the music, moving to the music, and just like dancing in my house by myself with my kids, whatever, just really feeling it. And that has allowed me to just kind of maintain a state of happiness. Whereas when I first got back and I was like crying and upset and just like laying around, that wasn't working for me. So this movement and this energy has really, really been helping a lot. I have also been practicing yoga every day, which I was doing before I went to Peru, but something changed. I'm not sure what. Something changed because yoga has a new meaning for me. It's I don't know, it's more spiritual all of a sudden, and it's less physical, although it's very physical and my body physically feels so good. But I am integrating some of these breathing and energetic techniques that I think I mentioned slightly that we learned on our Washuma hike in Peru. I mentioned it in the last video. We did some of these really fantastic breathing exercises and energetic exercises, and I'm realizing that incorporating those into my yoga practice is allowing my vibration to just continue to rise. I have found that by doing that and doing the energy work and the breathing work and listening to the music and moving and meditating, I hadn't used my meditation app for about a month before I went to Peru. I'm not sure why. There's 2 apps that I like to use, Meditation Studio and Stop, Think, Breathe. Stop, Think, Breathe quit working for me, so I deleted it, but Meditation Studio doesn't require Wi-Fi, and so I downloaded a whole bunch of meditations, and that's been helping a lot as well. And so I have been continuously faced with opportunities to plummet down into this low vibration. And when I first came home from Peru, I took those opportunities. There was just this old feeling of comfort that came with being low. And it didn't feel good when I got there, right? But it was just this like automatic response that I had developed over the course of, my 33 years of existence. And so this past week, particularly since I did the video about my ayahuasca experience and my Washuma experience in Peru, I have been very intentionally cultivating a different response when I am faced with the same stressors. And what I have found is that I don't feel stressed, like, at all. And that is a totally different feeling, and it's amazing. And I wanted to share that with you all because I did not feel like I had the power to let go of that stress before I went to Peru. And I am finding over the last 4 days in particular that through intentional breathing, movement, and energy exercises, I am able to set that stress down. And it feels amazing. I feel like a different person. I feel like I've been reborn. And when I am being confronted with old stories and old scenarios, I am not jumping back into my old behaviors and my old actions. Now, that wasn't true the first couple days when I got back. Like I said, I definitely sunk really low. So I'm starting to feel really good. And I'm starting to see how my experience in Peru is going to cultivate a long-term change in my life. Now, I don't know if I needed Peru or ayahuasca. It was a wonderful catalyst. I think there's other tools and modalities that people could use. But ayahuasca was amazing. And it changed my life. The whole thing changed my life. And I'm feeling really good. And I just wanted to let you guys know that because I was really struggling when I made my last videos. And I feel like I have been able to find a place where, at least for now, I am not sinking back into these old patterns, these old vibrations. And I'm really grateful for all of the support that everybody has given me through this experience and the understanding, because, there's some work tasks that I couldn't do because I was feeling so low, so low. So, the graciousness of the people who were waiting for me and patient with me, I'm grateful for. Very grateful. And I feel like right now I am on the path toward my personal legend, and that was something I wanted to talk about with y'all. If you have not read the book, The Alchemist, read it now. Buy it now, read it, listen to it on audio. It's really amazing. It's a short read. It's very fast. I read it basically in about 2 nights laying down for bed, and this is when I was in Peru, and I think I probably, could have read it much faster if I didn't have all these other experiences going on while I was there. And the general premise, without giving away any of the plot, is that when you are on the path to your personal legend, the entire universe conspires in your favor. And I feel that happening right now in my life. In every aspect of my life. These obstacles that I saw that were so big that I didn't know how to overcome. Separating from John meant I have to figure out solo finances. I had to figure out transportation. I had to figure out all of these things by myself for the first time in a really long time. And I was feeling so overwhelmed by it when I left for Peru. And I was still feeling the pressure that I believe was external pressure to do things the way that somebody else wanted me to do them. And when I finally got real with myself and had a real conversation with myself based on my wants and my desires, and I figured out what I wanted to do with my life, all of a sudden, everything started clicking into place. And the things that I was worried about are things that aren't manifesting, if that makes sense. Like, I had all this stress about having to buy a car, and I have a friend driving me one to borrow until I leave for Mexico, for Acapulco. And I really wanted to find a way to do a yoga teacher training, and my mom suggested I email them and ask if they do scholarships. And sure enough, they responded with a $1,000 scholarship to do this yoga teacher training. Now, I still need to manifest a plane ticket to get there and the rest of the tuition, which is like $1,600. But at this point, I'm not worried about it. I truly believe that because I am on the path to my personal legend, that the universe is going to continue to conspire in my favor and to give me the things that I need to make this happen. Because I want to help heal the world. That is my new calling. I used to think I need to fight for freedom. I need to fight for everyone else's freedom. I need to fight for my freedom. Whether it was, political freedom, emotional freedom, whatever it was, I was fighting for it. And I realized now, that was amazing, right? Oh my God, my phone just jumped off the tripod. I guess I was sending a lot of energy out there. Anyway, my point is, I realize now that I am on the path to my personal legend, and I feel really whole and very grateful, and my heart feels very open, and I feel like the universe just keeps bringing me more and more of what I want and what I need, and it's a beautiful thing. And I feel like everybody on the planet could have that too. So anyway, reacclimation was really hard at first, and I am a week home today, and I think I've gone through the dark part. I hope. I think that part's over. So, anyway, I just wanted to update y'all and let you know how it's going, because I'm feeling really good, and I want to stay tapped into this feeling, this flow. And that is where music is coming in. Someone is giving me a guitar, a dear friend. So I'm really excited because the only instrument I've ever played is my saxophone. And my poor saxophone, it needs to be recorked, it needs to be rekeyed. It's kind of like the keys are sticking, the cork's cracking, it needs some help, it needs some work. And so, yeah, I should probably make that happen too, because music is suddenly becoming a really special and important part of my life. So anyway, I'm going to put some links to some music that has been really helpful for me in the comments of this video. And I wanted to ask y'all, for those of you who watched this whole thing, I didn't really mean to ramble on this long, what do you do to raise your vibration? And if it's music, could you please post a link in the comments so I can watch it too? Okay, thank you. Peace and love.